Ad-supported media is on the decline. The Department of Health and Human Services is investigating privacy issues with selling people's medical search history. OpenAI is letting you know that it's taking safety seriously. Google wants you to make your reviews great again. AI video making is getting really good, almost too good. Google's spam brain has been killing it, and Elon Musk is investing in generative AI for Twitter, even though he asked everybody else to stop. I mean, come on, are we really surprised that he did that? It's the Hump Day episode! Hello, my SEOs. My name is Kiko, and let's talk about those things on this extra large episode brought to you by PosiRank.com. Well, as the saying goes, nothing in life is free, and it seems that even our entertainment is no exception. According to the recent survey conducted by Deloitte, consumer engagement with ad-supported media is declining. In other words, people are becoming less and less tolerant of those pesky ads that interrupt their favorite shows and movies. Really? You needed to do a study to figure that out. It's where people waste money. With 60% of consumers now paying for at least one streaming service, it's clear that people are willing to invest in entertainment that meets their needs. And with 71% of consumers finding ads on streaming services more intrusive than on traditional TV, it's clear that advertisers need to find a new way to reach their target audience. So, what's the solution? Well, some brands are already experimenting with new advertising models that go beyond the traditional 30-second spot. Product placement, for example, is becoming an increasingly popular way for brands to integrate their products into content itself. Need a character to sip a Coca-Cola in a pivotal scene? No problem, just make sure that the can is facing the right way. I mean, have you not noticed the heavy use of smoking in shows? There's a reason they are doing period pieces like Stranger Things, The Americans, and Marvelous Miss Maisel. Can't wait for the next season. Of course, these new advertising models aren't without their challenges. Product placement and brand content require a certain level of creativity and finesse to be effective. And for the media companies that rely on advertising revenue, the shift towards subscription-based services could be a major blow. But for viewers, the decline in ad-supported media engagement is a welcome change. No longer do you have to sit through those obnoxious ads that interrupt our binge watching of seasons that we want to watch, when we can just enjoy them all in peace. Or at least until the next season of our favorite show drops, as long as they keep my purchase history secret. Speaking of privacy, the International Association of Privacy Professionals, the IAPP, Global Privacy Summit had plenty to say on the subject. The summit wasn't specifically focused on digital advertising, but consumer data was at the center of many discussions. And let's be honest, we all know that data is the currency of the digital ecosystem these days. One of the most interesting tidbits to come out of the summit was the Department of Health and Human Services investigation into data allegedly shared between healthcare providers and third parties via digital trackers. Apparently, and this may come as a huge shocker, but people are typing in their symptoms and other information online to find out what is wrong with them. It's cancer, it's usually cancer, for some stupid reason. Only to have that information shared in ways that may not be consistent with HIPAA rules. And ad tech representatives were like, oops, struggling to explain their awkward position of selling digital targeting and measurement tools. It wasn't a pretty sight, considering people were using the health sites because they were more than likely scared about that mole or rash or why their eye twitches after they read a teleprompter too long. You know, random things. And OpenAI wants you to know they're all about safety. They know while AI technology provides many benefits, it also comes with real risk, and safety must be built into the system at all levels. And as such, they've been adamant about making safety their top priority. By conducting rigorous testing and consulting external experts for feedback before releasing any of the new systems, they also subject their AI system to safety evaluations and advocate for regulation to ensure safety practices are adopted. OpenAI released a long statement about how they cautiously and gradually release new AI systems with substantial safeguards in place and make continuous improvements based on the lessons they learned. And protecting children is a critical focus of their safety efforts, requiring that people must be 18 or older or 13 with parental approval, working hard to prevent their models from generating content that harms children and are looking into verification options. They also have stated that they are committed to respecting privacy and improving factual accuracy. They work to remove personal information from training datasets, reject requests for personal information of private individuals, and respond to requests to delete personal information from their system. They also make efforts to improve factual accuracy by leveraging users' feedback and continue to research effective mitigation and alignment techniques, which all this unpromptu honesty is nice, but it seems kind of suspect. Like, whomever smelt it dealt it kind of thing. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but this statement sounds a lot like they got busted and they're trying to get ahead of the drama. Like when Diddy ran the New York City Marathon for kids and we found out that his Sean John clothing was just using sweatshops the entire time. It's just, interesting to think about. And are you tired of reading boring reviews that sound like they are written by a robot? Well, Google has heard your complaints and has released an update that focuses heavily on experience. That's right, folks. Google wants to see some action, some sizzle, give them some of that good stuff, stating that their new reviews guidelines that if you want your review to stand out, you better start taking some pictures, recording some audio, and measuring everything in sight. You can't just say, I'm an expert anymore and expect to get away with it. No. You have to prove it to them. Show Google that you're not just some armchair expert. Sorry, Dak Shepard. But a true expert who has actually touched, tasted, smelled, and heard the product in question. And if that all exists in one product, it should be one hell of a review, I'm pretty sure. And don't even think about using stock photos because Google can smell a fake from a mile away. So take it for a test drive, put it through its paces, and report back to your readers with your findings. And if you really want to impress Google, throw in some witty commentary, few jokes, and maybe even a meme or two. After all, if you're going to spend all this time measuring things, you might as well have some fun while you're at it. And I don't know if you've seen it lately, but artificially intelligent video generators are rapidly advancing, approaching a critical tipping point. While AI-generated images become more and more recognized in the last year with the advent of programs like Crayon and DALL-E, AI-generated videos have been slower to develop due to the challenge of generating multiple coherent frames. However, recent advances suggest that AI-generated video may soon become more common. One recent viral example includes Harry Potter reimagined as a Balenciaga commercial. Other programs like Runway ML and Luma AI are using new techniques to create more efficient and stylistic changes and detailed 3D scenes from 2D photos. And while AI-generated content has the potential to improve filmmaking and other creative industries, there is also the concern about the potential misuse of this technology, especially in the form of deepfakes, where the line between real and fake video is blurred. The technology's sophistication could force us to reevaluate our understanding of online imagery and video content, potentially creating a challenge to determine the authenticity of a video source. As AI video technology advances, it may become increasingly challenging to distinguish between real and fake videos, creating potential risk for misinformation and propaganda. Could this have been what Elon Musk was warning us about? Was he right to tell us to slow down? Well, nope, not really, because Elon Musk is reportedly investing in a generative AI project for Twitter. Despite having previously called for a pause on the development of this technology, the infamous CEO has allegedly purchased around 10,000 graphics processing units for the project. It seems that Musk is betting big on the potential of generative AI despite the problematic reputation for spreading misinformation. Musk's history with OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is also a point of interest. He was a big part of the company when it launched as a nonprofit in 2015, but left the board in 2018 long before it gained the notoriety it has today. Perhaps his aversion to generative AI is related to this departure, or maybe he simply has a change of heart. Robots don't have hearts. Whatever the case may be, it's clear that Musk is once again shaking up the tech industry with his bold moves, or do as I say, not as I do for doing business. And finally, Google's spam brain caught more bad sites than a bug zapper on Louisiana porch. Look, I know that's super specific, but trust me, it's a lot, okay? Spam brain has caught 5 times more spam sites in 2020 than in 2021, and 200 times more than in 2018, making 99% of the visits from Google search spam free. Google attributes this to improvements in detecting abusive links and hacked spam, as well as detecting spam during the crawling process. This is super good news for those following the rules. And and horrible for those who are not. And while it's not perfect, Google's continuous efforts to improve its search spam detection and techniques are commendable. In the end, less spam helps SEOs and legitimate site owners. But while it's still working out the wrinkles, some of us may be hit by accident. So, as the immortal prophet Tupac once said, go on, keep your head up. Hey man, SEOs, that's all we have for today. Let me know what you thought about all the stories in the comments down below. My name is Kiko, and have a great day.